So I just had a sorry, I'm just typing there. Just had a small idea of how to deal with that stack thing. Slightly clever idea. Only slightly clever. Right, error, syntax error. So we're not building yet. Why? I don't really know. So these changes should work, but there's one small change I want to make. Here, instead of pushing 0 on the stack, I want to do something like this. But we need to be a little bit careful here. This is very this is very fun sort of balance. It's very tricky. Not tricky. There's a word I'm looking for. Obscure, not obscure. Arcane, no. Hack. No. I don't know what to say. If yeah, if we're the first on the stack, then with LTR, RTL, if MBRTL, else, or LTR, side note, this is okay, even though it's 0 because this is effectively just information as to what the current direction is, and by default it's LTR. So let's do this just then. ALTRs being generated into if you're not first on the stack, 0 indirection is 0 so you can have, but to replicate, to just duplicate the last value on the stack. So this seems pointless, but it makes it easy to know you must always just pop again in paragraph E symmetrically, basically. C 15th March tlTerm. Okay. This is not enough strings. Okay. So now this should also go in export RTF, I think. Oh, we haven't actually done it. We just wrote a comment. Okay. Yeah. So if it is empty, then do thingamabob, else push dot top. That looks really silly, pushing the top value of the stack. Seems silly, but it's a little bit over the surface. Okay. Pushing top value. Okay. I think I should be back. Why is that not a stack? Fix me, why is this not a stack? Why is this not a standard stack? It looks to me like it should just be a standard stack. So that's the to-do list. So if empty, then do that. Okay. Else do that. Try to make this more readable somehow. And that's the old behavior. Okay. So if empty, then we say if MBRTL push 1 minus 1, now let's push 1. Note the subtle difference between this and subtle but deliberate difference between this and defaulting in direction to 0 if not MBRTL. Okay. Now that, which nobody in the world is ever going to understand, even me, like 3 weeks from now. Anyway, no, it's not that complex, is it? I don't think so. Right, so over here, yeah, here we push all that. Okay. If we first on the stack, then if RTL push minus 1 push 1, else push the back value. And the reason for doing that is basically then if we're explicitly left or right to left, we push back that we right to left. If we explicitly left to right, we push back we left to right. If we're not explicitly anything, we're just saying inherit, then if this is the first value, then we inherit the entire document's direction. And we re-push the value back on the stack so that in paragraph end, we can just symmetrically pop it again. And it's probably just going to crash or something. No, I'm just kidding. What this should fix now is that HTML that I said earlier was generating unnecessary left to rights. And why does that text look bigger? Does it just me, or is that text bigger than it was? Text size shouldn't change. Let's just screenshot so we can do before after comparison. Okay. Then basically Yeah, I want to save view source. Now we should have no. Previously we had a whole bunch of LTRs. Okay, so we have one LTR for the document. Okay, and there's LTRs for the divs, which is fine. That's not the end of the world. It's not going to have any negative effect. That is lovely. That is lovely. I really like this because now those unnecessary direction markers that have been bothering me for so long are going to disappear. But for some reason the text looks slightly bigger to me than it was before. How can I easily test this? I think if I go to, in theory, if I go to comment this out and rebuild, I just want to check. I may be imagining it, but it's always good to check everything. What I can also do is just run this to compare. Okay. That's the last build. Okay. The text definitely smaller. Oh dear. Why would the text size change at all? What's going on there? Something isn't right. Think, why would that text size change? The only thing I've changed is direction tags. And, but look, even that's bigger, so no, it's, something else is different. Oh, I know what's different. I know what text size is different. Red herring, not a problem. That's because in official build, it's an observation of something. Isn't correct is for DPI scaling settings. If I cancel this build and do that, we should get the same size text left to right, but with the left to right unnecessary left to rights again. Okay, this looks like it's doing lovely stuff, but it could also just be totally broken, so I also have to test that this actually isn't totally breaking. The right to left must still work. So I'll need to test that test just to be sure to test the text size thing in also an official build. So I'm back in my old regular office. So if I change again. There's kids out there now, so I don't have space. I mean, I can't concentrate with kids running around the house. So, so I've been chased back into Chase back. Well, not chased, but effectively. Right. So I'm just. Hold on. So I'm basically. I think these changes, if I'm happy with them, I'm gonna test them thoroughly and literally throw them into the official build, because this is a bug fix. There's a bug that the stuff doesn't go correctly right now. One of the recent changes I made in the Valentine's Day update, it's not quite correct. There's a bug. So the Valentine's update from a month ago, 1 month ago, exactly a month ago, has a bug in it. That's what I'm fixing now. But the stuff gonna need a lot more work still. This is just the beginning. I know this needs more refining. But I'm really excited because starting to get the basics in place, you know. So yeah, I'm getting. The stream health. Twitch says it's good, but I'm getting red in. I know it's green now again. So I'm streaming at a higher bitrate than usual. I want to get back up to using a higher bitrate. I'm just going to put my phone in airplane mode. Okay, let's see what the text size is as compared to this. So we should have this. It should look exactly the same in theory as that before after, but and it does. Likewise, this one, and it does. But we should, if we view source, we should be back to having a whole lot of unnecessary LTRs here. Huh? I see 1 or 2, but not a whole lot. That's odd. Maybe, unless I changed that as compared to the. Let me quickly run the official and check 2 things. Okay. First of all, view source, and I want to see how many LTRs there are. Oh, there's not millions. Hold on. Yeah. LTR, TD, P on the. Hold it. Okay. Okay, so what should work now? Yeah, what should work now correctly, and it won't work correctly because I've turned off that setting. So let's do before and after. So what's wrong here is the Dutch in this is Yiddish Dutch, okay, and the Dutch is going right to left instead of left to right. Even though, and this is the bug I was talking about now from the Valentine's Day update. Even though left to right is very specifically specified over there. Is that a bug in the Valentine's update? I'm not even sure because no, it's not. Yes, it is. It effectively is. Yeah. Okay. So now if we enable the fix, right, or get direction, that should come right. Improving. That's a euphemistic way of saying fixing the bug. It's true, improving it. Turning from broken to not broken. Just kidding. It's not exactly like that, but anyway, improving. Okay, my viewer count just like jumped. I don't know why. Just jumped up. It goes from 0 viewers to 10 viewers. I don't know if or in Twitch anyway. I don't know where sudden spike suddenly comes from. I mean, that's far. It's like coming around. I don't know where. A whole bunch of people came in here and then left. Anyway, welcome. Alright, okay, that's built. Now, that should fix the... This is a Yiddish Dutch dictionary, and that Phew, finally. Starting to look better. Yeah, that's really nice. So now we got the document that's right to left, but like the uitspraak is marked, that's pronunciation is marked left to right, that's Dutch. I want to just check something though. Format styles of uitspraak. If that uitspraak, yes, that is beautiful. That is much better. Because previously I was doing these weird hacks. Oh wait, no, the weird hacks I probably still have to do. Just test something. CDE. You see what happens there? Right, that's a right to left field, but we're typing mixed text. Instead it gets full right to left. And that isn't actually right. That's something I have to come back to. Because then we have now to enter an English label on a right to left field. We effectively have to type it backwards. Anyway, that's not right. A, B, C, D, E. A, B, C, D, E. We can do that. That seems to work, but we could put it there. That might work also. I'm not sure. But the problem is that sits outside the paragraph, and it's a paragraph. We need it to sit inside the paragraph. But still, this is looking much better because, yeah, and now, you know, we just, like that one is wrong, but it's obviously, it's easy to fix. The reason that one's also wrong is because we just need to go, you know, it's set to inherit from the document. So we go side left to right. That's beautiful, there we go. So now those fields are left to right. Vertaling, which is translation, left to right. Actually, that looks starting to look much better. Left to right. So the Dutch parts, we just say left to right. Very simple. Stunning, really nice. Okay. Uitspraak zoek. That label I actually want to be in the style formatting. Green. That's really nice. I like this. Nice. Much better now this mix is of overarching right to left English document with left to right paragraph F6 sections mixed in. So yeah, this is an urgent fix to get into the real releases. You know, I don't even think it should be a hash define naturally. Should just be on by default. I could leave a hash define in case of what, I don't know. In case I feel like living in the past forever. Okay, let me just check what hash define does. That's, yeah, okay. This should probably become a runtime option, or I should just get rid of the stuff below. That isn't even right. Begin. Oh no, wait. What? Is it? Is it right? I don't know. Begin group. It's not paragraph. Right to left group. What? The hell does that even mean? if not a paragraph, it's a group. Okay, yeah, I see what that's doing. I don't know if it's the right behavior or not. Like we maybe need to eventually have an option for the groups. Anyway, I'll have to think about that. But yeah, that's straightforward. I'll leave the hash define in for a little while, but probably we'll get rid of the old behavior very soon. Okay. This should somehow, yeah, it needs to be refactored. This should somehow be in the parent class or something. But yeah, it's a bit tricky. Ideally it should be in here, but obviously that doesn't pass by reference, and it needs to change it, and I don't feel like passing by reference is the right thing there. There should also be an option, use CSS direction. And I'm going to turn it off and see if the stuff still works the same without it. Because that's not clear to me. The CSS direction, this stuff could be the stuff that's breaking the mixed text. Because this turns off the Unicode bidirectional algorithm that deals with mixed text. That's what I was talking. Mixed text, I mean that's when I typed A, B, C, D, E, and the A, B, C, D, E goes backwards. It's supposed to, there's an algorithm, the Unicode bidirectional algorithm that the browser is supposed to support, where it detects mixed text like that. It's supposed to automatically put the A, B, C, D, E the right way around, and that overrides that. So maybe I should leave that option off, and maybe we'll get the right behavior now. I don't think so though, because actually I don't know. I don't even know. This stuff's very complicated. Tra-la-la, waiting for the compile. Right. Gives me a chance to think about other things. Okay. I wish the compiles were faster. How can I get the compile faster? There's a few ways. I could probably slightly speed up the compile. But probably not massively at this point. Anyway. I just want to check if that looks the same as... In theory it should look exactly the same as the last screenshot I made. If it doesn't look the same... So this is with and without CSS. Actually, in theory, it might not even be the case that in theory it looks the same. It may look different. If it looks the same, then actually that experiment is a bit pointless. It should look different. Alright, so that's without the... So it's the same, even without the CSS, the bidirectional overrides. So it's not... That means it's not... Oh, but I'm still generating other bidirectional overrides. I'm generating video tags. So there's CSS body, but there's also video tags. I think the video tag should maybe also be an option. Video tags. Oh, look at that. It comes back as 3 little asterisks. I don't know why. Okay. Okay, view source. So it could be these cause the sort of hard direction of even the Aktufuchung to be the wrong way around. But what's going on? 0. I don't know why this doesn't respond to the zoom, but everything else does. Anyway. I need to check something. Oh, I just need to check on the water thing again. 25, that's right. How did you know that? Who told you that? Did you read it on the... Okay, I need to check also that the samples still work correctly. Should. Let's just check. I'm starting to like this now. It looks nice there. Too new toolbar. Okay, so there's There's a number of issues here. Not issues, but like stop. Why does this accounting changes work correctly? This document is right to left. And this doesn't specify direction. So I'm just wondering why this works correctly and why it's not backwards if the whole paragraph is marked right to left. Like, why does that's a very good question. Because that's all set to inherit. Inherit, inherit, inherit. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. And the document on the right is right to left setting. Document setting, the section setting. So that is actually a good question. Let's do a view source here. I want to check something. No, I forgot what I want to check. Oh, I wanted to check if there's lots of redundant LTRs. Why is it generating LTRs? That's why it's working, but why is it doing that? Where does that come from? Can I just be working out? This doesn't look right. It's generating a left to right for the Arabic. They generate a span, a left to right span. I think this has to do with the so I think even if it's working, it's not working for the right reasons. I'm tired. This stuff is now a headache. So even though I fixed that, this is still not right. Even though it seems to work, I'm not sure it's working for the right reasons. We're getting a right. Okay, the right to left override is fine. That's fine. But then we got a left to right span. I don't think the span does anything yet. And let me just check that Arabic text. Um, one of the problems is, yeah, okay, the attribute, that's either, that left to right is either coming from that group stuff that I just said looks a bit suspicious, or this, yeah, this is where it's coming from. This, I need to do this. I'm gonna try to do it tonight. It's quite a lot of work. We need a left to right setting for attributes as well. See, it's doing a begin LTR because the attribute is not specifically marked as right to left. This thing is complicated. There's a whole lot of things going on here. You see part of the problem. The lemma sign attribute should actually inherit from the document by default. But only certain ones must inherit from document, and only in TLex document, because it's a bilingual dictionary. So I suspect this one comes from there, that spander, okay, is coming from, yeah. What it should do is just do nothing if it's not marked as a right to left attribute. It should do nothing at all, just don't even say anything. Do not put any marker. Except the lemma sign, it must do something special for the lemma sign for now. Because this is a situation where you got a two-sided dictionary. I think this would look cool if they were the other way around. We can do that. Swap windows. We can swap windows. Anyway, alright. Okay, so we got English to Arabic, and we got Arabic to English. But so the actual meanings of some of these things, like if you had a usage example, I don't actually know what's the best way to deal with this, to be honest. But the lemma sign, at a minimum, should probably kind of inherit the document setting. The others you can solve in the DTD. That one you can't solve in the DTD because, well, it's the lemma sign. You know, it's the same. You can't just create a different element or a different attribute. In theory, we should have a different sense on the other side. We should have sense English, which is left to right. Well, I mean, that is even a good question. Like, if this has two senses, what do we even want it to do? We probably want a 1 over there, and then a 2 over there, and then the next sense. But on this side, we want a 1 and then a 2 over there. So it should in fact inherit the whole document setting. But then we get to a problem with the counting changes. Why is the counting changes working? Probably again because of this. So this should not do anything here, right? In the begin attribute, okay. But then end attribute should likewise this, okay, should not be end. So these last two changes are made. I want to undo very quickly. I don't want to accidentally commit them with the latest batch changes. But so just looking at that that bilingual now, the Arabic story, Arabic English sample. No. There, haha. So this is what I was expecting. And even though it's wrong, it's actually correct. Yay, I'm actually happy to see, because this means I understand what's going on. Okay, so I'm actually, yeah, oddly enough, happy to see that accounting changes backwards. Yeah, so that is now refixed in some other way. As a next step, I'll get that later this evening. The reason it was looking correct was actually the wrong reason. Yeah, I'm still not sure though what the correct way is. Huh. The kids are here, so I need to I need to make sure that they have food. Anyway, right.